Here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack. Welcome back, talking shit and drinking wine. Like and subscribe. Here's the crack.
How's it going, people? Welcome back to another episode of the Here's the Crack podcast. Another solo episode. It feels like forever since we've done a solo episode. Has it?
Been a minute.
Suppose it doesn't really feel like one because whenever we were recording the last guest podcast, which
Get sake.
where's
the fucking excitement?
who's your
It's been
excitement?
a while since we've done a solo podcast.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably because we've done a guest podcast recently.
No, it just feels like a while since we've been in here recording.
Shake up the tone of voice. Where's the
Camp Rock.
Where's the vibes?
Camp Rock.
I have a new chair.
I have the chair. King of the castle.
Very nice. Very nice.
Upgrades.
Yes, it's been a while since we recorded a little solo episode. And to be honest with you, do we have a plan for today? Absolutely not. We are going back to the original roots that we came from, which was
just show up.
Just show up.
Wing it.
Set up. Wing it.
Wing it.
Speaking of wing it, you had a wing it there.
Fucking good shit. Hey.
Get
Sponsor us, please.
Is there
Wing it.
better wings in Belfast? I think not.
Definitely not. I fucking unreal. I had those sweet chili ones today, the first time trying them.
Did you?
Banging. I asked about at the till. I was like, what do you recommend, sir? And he goes, well, do you like wee salt chili chicken out of the Chinese? And I was like, I fucking love wee salt chili chicken out of the Chinese. And he's like, well, I have the thing for you, bro. So we got salt chili chicken.
Oh,
wings.
they're good. They're not sweet
They're
chili chicken. No, they're salty chili chicken.
No, yeah, salted chili chicken ones. And then the Jack Daniels barbecue ones.
Fucking God. That's what I
Game
usually
changer. Best wings in Belfast.
Sponsored by Wing It Belfast Botanic.
There we go.
This guy was going to
Manifest and you shall
Here,
receive.
lads, any chance free wings for life?
Here's a question. Before we started recording the podcast, you had him on there. Is Jelvis back in Belfast?
Yes, this stint in London didn't last. Was it London he went to?
Yeah. I think he was there a while. Eh?
He must. I think he's seen a video of him when he said he was getting it tough.
Did you see he was on the X Factor? No,
Again?
years ago. Like,
Oh.
mad.
Was he?
So that's how he started.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, that's how he started.
He posted it a while ago there.
What?
Back when like Sharon Osbourne, Louis Walsh, and all
Oh
that.
my days.
I think it was Nicole Scherzinger, maybe. Was on it that time?
I think it could have been, yeah. He had like ginger hair back then. But did he sing Elvis then?
No, he was just singing a song.
Yeah,
Look at him now, hey.
You could say that like he didn't get far, but okay. How the turns have tabled.
How the
It's
Yes,
important hearing him from
exactly.
what is the first headline show?
Yeah.
Sure, what else would you be
Big
after?
money moves being made.
It's all happening.
Anyway, we'll kickstart the podcast as we normally do with the Tommy's question time. Roll the intro.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the greatest show on earth.
It's Tommy's question time. I think this is probably the only part of the podcast that's prepared, so well done.
Yeah, so just wanted to ask a wee question. What do you think about?
I just wanted to ask a wee question there.
What do you think about workplaces giving the 12th off but not giving Paddy's Day off? It's Paddy's Day tomorrow, like.
See,
I think you're fucking ahead of yourself, but it's here down there.
See, I didn't know this as a thing, like, because anywhere that I've worked for, I don't think I've got the 12th off. I think when I worked for Carphone,
You
they
always get the 12th off. Huh?
It used to actually be.
I don't know.
You get the
Because
Pay
but like when
places
you worked in
closed.
Carphone, that was different because like you were part time. You know,
plus it's
they
an,
mightn't actually.
it's an English
close.
company too, isn't it?
No, I'd say the reason why we got the 12th off was because we went by the shopping centre opening times. So if the shopping centre was if the shopping centre was shut, we were shut.
Did you just get Paddy's Day then?
I'm pretty sure we did.
Did it close on Paddy's Day?
No.
In Ballymena.
No, I doubt it. Like, now that I think about it, I doubt it. Hey, I doubt it.
I think not.
So, I don't know. I haven't looked at my work calendar this year to see if I got what I get off.
See, I have it off, but I've worked in places where I haven't had it off.
So you just naturally get it off.
Some places do, some places don't, because I don't think it's seen as like a bank holiday in Northern Ireland. Like.
Yeah.
So
Is
they
it
don't.
not?
I don't think so.
Is it not?
I don't think so.
Fuck.
Time to hit the
It was
Googles.
definitely
Why?
because I worked in a place and I remember it was that year we went up to Dublin
Yeah.
and like I was going and I just presumed we'd have it off.
Yeah.
And I was like saying the ones were like, oh, what are you doing on Friday? And I was like, yeah, I'm going down to Dublin. Or like, if you get booked off work? And I was like,
Yeah, no.
No.
St. Patrick's Day is not a public holiday in the UK.
So there you go.
But that's UK. What about Northern Ireland?
Oh,
Obviously, it wouldn't be in England,
in
like,
the UK.
but
Northern Ireland.
I don't want to
bank
get
holidays.
knowledge.
No, I don't want to get political, but like we do.
Like, but that's why I'm saying this, because it's like, it's, to me, I feel like as much as it is in the UK, it's still like there's still a lot of Irish people here as well.
Yeah, but then like I suppose
it should, if you're getting it, I feel like it's unfair.
Yeah,
to be given the 12th off and then not giving Paddy's Day off.
So, but Northern Ireland's the only place the 12th is a holiday.
I've looked on NI Direct.
Is it?
Yeah, English don't.
Is the 12th a holiday in the
I've
UK?
looked on NI Direct website, and they're saying bank and public holiday dates. The expected dates of bank and public holidays in Northern Ireland for this year and the next year are listed below: New Year's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Good Friday, Easter Monday, and then the Battle of the Boyne / Orange Men's Day is the 12th.
There you go.
So they've have it here on nidirect.gov as a public holiday, but I suppose for businesses
it's probably an optional thing, because we don't get Good Friday off though.
Why?
Just don't.
I thought that was the one everyone got.
No.
That's the only day the bookies close,
We don't have it off.
apart from Christmas Day.
So it's just what do you think of it? Like let's dive in.
I think it's
What do you think? Like, what do you think? Because you're obviously, you don't celebrate Paddy's Day because you're a big Protestant bastard. But like,
it's not.
But I even like Paddy's Day in general. Like, I wanna ask you, because I find that, like, obviously we don't celebrate.
You're our token prod of the pod.
I know, but like I just find it weird. Like we'd be like there's been times where we've been like, oh, will we do something on Paddy's Day, and you're just thinking, nah.
I don't think I've ever said that.
You have.
No, where are you manufacturing this from?
There's definitely one time I've said to you, I'm not having a dig, I'm just saying, like, would you like intentionally not want to go out on Paddy's Day?
I can't remember you ever saying to me, we do something on Paddy's Day, and I was like, nah.
Have we done anything Paddy's Day?
We've never done anything on Paddy's Day.
But there's definitely one time.
There was definitely not
one time. But
regardless,
like, would you intentionally?
I don't care.
Would you not want to go out on Paddy's Day?
No, I would.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
An excuse to go out.
But like, what was that like growing up? Would it have been seen?
It just was never.
Like, if you were like, say, living at home and you're like 18, 17 or whatever, and you're like, oh, I'm going out with my mates on Paddy's Day, would your ones have been like?
No, they wouldn't have said anything like.
But would it have been sort of frowned upon in the area?
No, I don't think it would have been frowned upon. Like, I'm only going off how I was brought up. Like, it's like, I think there's ones who are raised that way and ones who aren't. Do you know what I mean? There's ones who'll go be like, I'm not going out on that date because, but like, it depends what way you're raised, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know ones that I'm friendly with, even down my way, who wouldn't venture out on the 12th.
Yeah.
Because, but like,
do you think the 12th
and then there's ones
more like dangerous than Paddy's Day, if you know what I mean?
I don't know, because here's the thing, like, on the 12th there's obviously parades everywhere, but you can't, whereas like Paddy's Day, like, you know, you could head out and do something on Paddy's Day and probably not run into like traffic or, you know, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure if you come up to the city on Paddy's Day, it would be mental. But at the same time, like, you know, on the 12th of July, like, everything's just a standstill. Like, it's a write-off. Like, you wouldn't go.
Yeah.
What did you used to do on the 12th of July, Anna? Did you all
Spain?
That's far away from it as possible.
Everyone goes away. But I just think that's like a lot of tradesmen would be off.
Yeah.
So like,
you take the week.
Even at my dad's place, like for example, like a lot of the suppliers would close.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just a case of like, oh, people are just deciding to close. It's like everybody closes at that time for like 2 weeks.
Ponies 2 or 3 days to iron the sash.
Pretty much.
But from a Catholic perspective, like, you wanted the 12th as a holiday because, like, that's a lot of people, that is the holiday week. Like,
well, the thing is,
but it's a weird
like,
one, because
you're not against it.
It's in the middle of summer as well. Do you know?
Like, I remember whenever I was younger, I worked for a fella, and he was actually opening up a sweet shop at the time in Korean, and he opened the 2 days before the 12th.
Yeah.
And he was like, can you work the 12th? And I was like, yeah, I'm doing nothing anyway. So I went up and worked the 12th up in Korean, but like, I got the train that day because, like, to drive would have been stupid, like, because everywhere's just chock-a-block.
Yeah.
I do feel like St. Patrick's Day is a bit more inclusive, though, in comparison to celebration, though.
Yeah.
like it's celebrated more around the world and stuff like.
Yeah,
like I feel like you'd be more comfortable going to St. Paddy's Day than we would going to the 12th.
100%.
See,
but like I would like to go and experience and like and see what it's all about. But like
what, the 12th?
Like to actually.
But
that's what I'm saying. Like we're so put off by what we've heard and stuff.
Here's the thing.
I feel like with the 12th,
that could be another part, like Paddy's Day for us.
You're afraid of saying something that's going to be tucked the wrong way here, like. But like I feel like with the 12th, you're more like you're afraid of going out and getting into trouble type of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas
I think it depends on the.
But then is that just the mental thing?
Yeah, it is.
Do you know what I mean?
I fully think it is because like it depends where you go. You could go out on Paddy's Day and like just stumble into someone or a group of people who are out looking for bother.
Yeah.
And like it's the same thing if you
suppose
went out.
It could happen any night.
Do you know what I mean?
See, like, my thing is Paddy's Day. Like you could go out. There's no like tradition on. Whereas you have your things with the 12th. Like you go to the bonfire and stuff. Yeah. Whereas I feel like you'd stand out more. Yeah, like the likes of us would stand out more because we don't know what's going on.
We wouldn't be like, oh, we're going to the bonfire.
Yeah, we don't know like the bonfire's on, what time it's on, like why that's on. You know the way, like, isn't that like the night before or something?
Yeah, the 11th.
Yeah, so like we wouldn't know any of that, so we'd definitely stand out. Whereas Paddy's Day is just.
But you say stand out, you wouldn't.
I know you're not going to stand out.
It's so funny because like you think you would stand out in your head. You're like, no, they're going to know I shouldn't be here, but in reality, you're just another person that nobody knows who the fuck
I think it depends on the group of people.
It's not like you're showing up with a fucking Celtic jersey on you.
Yeah. To be fair, put it this way, you could be standing in the likes of, I don't know, somewhere and on the 12th of July and someone could walk past you in a gas top and like there'd be ones who'll look at that and be like, you shouldn't be out, or the other ones who'll look at it and be like, what, like any other normal person, and be like, whatever.
But then I suppose it's
like, it
like
depends.
vice versa. Like if you seen someone like wearing a Rangers top out and like Paddy's Day, you'd be like, oh, that lad's out to start something now. And you'd be thinking, fuck,
but they probably are.
Yeah. Then that's like say, like,
but you know what
it's the same if someone wore a jersey.
I suppose you shouldn't have
to
not like wear what you want to wear, but like at the same time, you're a bit like common sense here, like
But
like you wouldn't go like
you wouldn't go to the 12th
you wouldn't go into Portadown on the 12th with a Celtic jersey on you.
No,
like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you wouldn't go through Belfast on the 12th with a Celtic jersey on you.
Yeah.
Like it's just common sense, like.
That's true. Yeah.
I think it's just that sort of you know in your head that you're increasing the probability of running into that certain someone who will want to start bother with you because of what you're wearing, whereas like most people would be like, whatever, it's not,
but I feel like as you get older now, Paddy's Day is not as big a thing.
No. Like, to be honest with you, I don't see Paddy's. I completely get where you're coming from for the 12th, because I feel like it is a lot more religious.
It's more of an event.
It's a lot more religious. It's a lot more religious, whereas like Paddy's Day, like I would, like if you said, oh, we're going out on Paddy's Day, I'd be, or we're going out in Belfast, like am I going to turn around and be like, oh no, because of my background, no, I'm not going out with you? It's like, of course I'm going to go out with you. It's like I wouldn't care, like.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think in all these conversations we've had, I think it just depends what way you're brought up. Like if you're brought up with that sort of thing, like you can guarantee you, if you put this like a clip of something up on TikTok where you're talking about like Paddy's Day versus the 12th or something, you'll get like 4 or 5 comments or be like Union Jacks and all. Oh, no. Be like you know,
North of Ireland.
No, you Northern Ireland.
I just think in terms of the work thing, I think not giving it off is sort of like a bit. Like to me, it's a bit of a. This is the type of place you're in, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I think it's
like you can be really like, by the book, being like, well, it's not a bank holiday.
Yeah.
But in my head, it's like, if you're gonna give off the 12th, like.
I honestly never really thought about it in that way. Like, to be fair, the only observation I would have is that like you know Paddy's Day's coming up, whereas you would probably have to say to me, oh, it's Paddy's Day like next week, and I'll be like, oh, forgot about that. Whereas like you'd always know. I think it's probably because the 12th is called the 12th. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I suppose it does depend on what background and stuff we were raised up as.
But then too, like if you're working for a company, it could be like an English company, and like fair enough, they don't do Paddy's Day or whatever. But I think if it is a company that's operating in Northern Ireland where there's both, Like they should be accommodating of both sides, like.
Yeah.
Like allow both.
Yeah.
But then again, at the end of the day, they both come out of your holidays, so it doesn't really matter at the end of it.
No.
That's true, hey.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
Just causing trouble. Am I?
That's the thing. Everyone's always like, "Fuck, Northern Ireland's great because you get more bank holidays. Still come out of your holidays, like, so it doesn't matter. Like they could be holidays you could use any day of the week. Like.
Yeah.
What
That
have you I can never remember. I'm trying to rack my brain to figure out if you've ever asked me to do anything on Paddy's Day, and I cannot remember because
I think maybe it was just like we were doing something and I was like, we're gonna do something. Would you want to do something on Paddy's Day?
the only
And you were
time
just like,
the only
"No."
time I can remember anything going down is you saying you were away to Dublin. But like I don't even know if I was friendly with you at that
That was
stage. But
fucking years ago.
That's when Aoife was living in
When's the
Dublin.
last time we went done something? We definitely done something before.
What did we do last year?
Fuck, I don't know. I can't even remember.
I was working. I think I worked half day.
well, was it not a pandemic last year?
And then the other was pandemic. So.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm talking shit.
I think you
I'm
are.
No,
almost sure.
everything was still a bit locked down.
I'm
wasn't
almost sure it's brought it up before.
it? Have you, I have
don't know.
this image in my head that we went out on Paddy's Day one time.
No, the only time I can remember you recently where you asked if I wanted to do something was the Boxing Day races, and I said no, and you were a bit like, why not? And I was like, because
I don't know.
Boxing Day.
I don't know.
It was down Wild Paddy's Day.
Maybe.
Was that the last thing we done? Did you go?
Did we go to down there?
You went to Down Raleigh on Boxing Day.
Did we?
Yep, 100%.
Fuck, I don't know.
Were you there?
No, I wasn't there.
Why did you not go?
I don't know, man.
He doesn't celebrate boxing.
Santa's not real.
Oh, that was Boxing Day.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Lads,
I thought it was
I
Paddy's
don't
Day.
know.
Get
I'm
me
almost
back to the
sure.
Ponies, hey.
Oh right.
I caught the
Boys,
bug last time. man.
Cheltenham week,
I'm
eh? What
telling
I
you.
was saying, it's Thursday. Have you any money there?
Honeysuckle's coming down the last furlong and she's absolutely cruising, boys.
Yeah, so
But,
we're recording this on Tuesday, and like Shea attacks into the group chat today, and he was like, "Oh yeah, lad, like honeysuckle, and who was it?
I can't remember. It was he was a pure shirt anyway. I can't fucking
Honeysuckle and someone else, pure shirt, like."
Yeah.
And then he was like, "This goes off at like 3:10, and the other one was like 4:30 or something." And I texted him at like 4:30, and I was like, "Well," and he goes, "Didn't fucking put it on, and they both won."
I think it was
Unlucky,
shirt
eh?
double, wasn't it?
What did you
Shirt
think?
double.
What did you think of Galway?
I thought it was class.
Get into a bit of gambling.
Thought it was
Constitution
good. Like I thought it was good. Like
Did you expect it to be as good as it
No,
was?
definitely.
What
not.
was your thoughts going into it? Well?
I just thought, well, like most things, I had no idea what to expect. I went in with no expectation, therefore wasn't neither excited nor I was more like apprehensive, kind of
Yeah.
like what to expect here.
Yeah.
Like I didn't really know. If that makes sense.
Have you been to anything like that before?
No,
It's not really like
Nah,
anything. Like it's
I haven't,
weird
nah.
because like a sporting event, but you're roaming around.
yeah,
Like it's not like a football
it was good.
game.
It was
where you're
good.
sitting
It was
down.
good crack. Like,
Yeah.
but it's the same thing. It's the same thing with even going to like the casino in Manchester and stuff. Like
Yeah.
I'd never really been at a casino. Like I've been like in like slot machines and stuff, but like I never like sat at a flipping like a blackjack table or anything.
Yeah.
So I think it's like kind of, and then I have that sort of thing in my head where I'm like, I want to know how to do this good. It's the same thing with horses. Like my first bet at Galway won,
Yeah.
and then the rest of the evening lost.
When was the first time you went to races? Was it Galway or was it
Fuck.
in, what do you call it? Dundalk?
We went before. I think it was it called? Fuck, I don't know. Why did we go to Dundalk for someone's birthday? Was it your birthday?
There's one year we went for my birthday, and then I think we went for Sean McCabe's birthday. Or no, did it? Or was it Rand's? No, it was Rand's
I
birthday
think
one year.
oh, maybe it was Rand's. Yeah.
And then we've been 3 times, I think.
Yeah. The Galway twice.
And then Galway twice. Galway's something else though. Like.
Galway's
It's
class, yeah.
unreal.
Galway was sick.
If you get the weather, hey, it's
We did
fucking-
not
The
get
first
the weather.
year we
Well, it
went,
was warm though. It was warm, like, which was good.
the first year we
Then my
went
fake
was
tan was run down my
Oh,
face.
my
My
like.
days, hey. Oh.
Shit, man.
So for anybody listening who doesn't understand what we're talking about, we went to Galway probably about 6 months ago, and I went to
August.
Galway races. And the night before the day we were going, we were getting like sort of suited and booted and all. But the night before we'd been at the pub, and I remember Aoife saying to you, "God, isn't Shea wild pale?"
Yeah.
And like she kept saying that, and we were like, "No, he's grand. Like he's like, you don't look overly pale, but like you were
I
pale
can
enough."
sometimes, especially the next
So-
morning though. Like,
So
I think it was because I'd been on the beds. You were jealous.
Oh yeah, we were getting ready the next day, and boys had the suits and all on, like absolutely primed, ready to go. When Shea walks out, we bit more colour than what was expected, and we were like, "Here, what's going on? Like, if you get over
up a bit,
you've got a bit of colour about you." And what was it Aoife had done?
Yeah, she put like tan drops on my face, but like you have to like put moisturiser on your face first. And I was like, is this gonna fucking absolutely ruin me? And she was like, no, it'll be grand if you put on a wee bit. But she put on a wee bit, and I was like looking in the mirror, I was like, you can't fucking see this, at least put on a wee bit so I'm a wee bit browner, like. Yeah. So she was like, this is gonna develop and it's gonna get fucking brown. Yeah. And I was like, oh, fuck it, go on, keep going, like sure, it's not even
slap her on.
Sure, we're only gonna be there we're gonna be there in like an hour. I don't wanna fucking go white and then come home black, like. So stuck on a bit more, but she had to put on more moisturiser on my face, which clogged my pores then. Yeah. So like it was sitting on my face, so like my pores were obviously clogged. Yeah. And then after we came out, then got into the taxi.
The taxi was boiling, hey though.
My
taxi was. You know what was worse? Breathe. What was worse about that taxi was they had the big, massive, like big sheet, the plastic sheet in front of us. Yeah. So we were proper like hemmed in. Yeah. And then he stuck the heat on, hey, and we were all I remember saying, I was wedged in between. I was wedged in between you two, and I remember sitting having a chat with Tommy, and the next minute Tommy looks around, starts bursting out laughing. It's like around Shea was dripping, but like you could see the tan dripping down.
Brown sweat.
Oh fuck! I'll paste the fucking video in here.
Oh my god!
Skin just could not.
And you were like,
and just your face, you look like you're in the absolute pits. Like
you were like, because we were obviously
so even down that day.
We were out
you had the top button and all like proper tight against.
My shirt after that day was just stinking. The inside was black. Like. It was disgusting. Just round the collar. Like.
No, but it was good. Like, but. The first year you went, hey, it was
hot.
It was sick day. But then we didn't go into town. Like, the first night was some crack.
Yeah.
When we went into the pub and we met fucking, what do you call him?
Davy Russell.
Davy Russell.
Yeah, Galway.
That's right.
The pub was some crack. But like, that's what I like love about going down south. I feel like there's such a better like vibe in the pubs. Like, it's so like...
I think it's the later opening too is good.
Generally, and like everyone's like friendly. You know, everyone's up for the crack. Like,
yeah. I think it was probably too because it was an older crowd as well. Like I feel like you go out here sometimes and it's like a younger crowd and no one's like
the older ones are
chatty.
The crack.
It's fucking right.
Your one beside us was fucking Davy Russell's up here. Come on over here, I'll get you a photo.
I was never even saying that.
We were like,
come on up here, base. She thought she was our mother. Like,
come on here, get a photo. Here, come on with me. And you're like, fucking selling there.
Was that time we were in Letterkenny that time and we were sitting chilling and your woman goes your man tapped me in the shoulder and goes, hey boy, and I was like, what? And he goes, my wife wants to know, is it true what they say about a boy with big feet? And I was like, what? And it took me a second to twig on, and she was like looking over at me like, and I was like, this is a dodgy situation, I don't like this at all.
Swingers?
Ross
come swing with us.
Come swing my way, but
and he obviously didn't have big feet then, did he? We said sleeves like
he'd be plimsolls on.
When are we going to Cheltenham then?
Fucking have to go soon now. I don't want to go be fit to go next year. Like.
What's the most money you've lost? What's the most money you've lost period, like in terms of like if you've been in a casino or like what? Because I feel like
I'm not too bad.
Okay, you're not bad compared to other people.
It's
I would
different
say.
in the races though.
But like,
it's different at the races because like you go in with good intentions and you're like, but then you see when it gets closer and you know the day's in and you know there's going to be less. The races are slow. Like there's not like say there's 3 races left. Yeah. You start to lump on the money because you're like, may as well.
Yeah.
Because you take all the cash. You take out the cash thinking, like this will do me. And then you might fucking not spend as much.
The thing is though, anytime we've went to do something, I've never really like known it was coming. Whereas like obviously we're talking now about maybe doing Vegas for your stag, and it's like, right, if this is what we're doing, we need to be putting money away. And I think it'll
be the most dangerous one.
Yeah.
Because like from what you said when you went is like you don't know what time it is. See, that's the thing. That's the good thing about the races, like, because you go to the races. And when it's done, like.
And you've your cash out as well.
You've your cash out. You need cash for the races. You take out whatever you're taking. There's 6-7 races, and then that's it.
Yeah.
But when you're in the casino, like, like us playing blackjack. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like, that's probably what did I lose? Like 60 quid.
Do you know what it is as well?
And it's like the cash machines are.
Aye.
Do you know? Like, there's so much.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I'm sure there's
That's-
cash machine at the races.
Oh.
Like,
But no, that's what I was going to say about like the time we were in Manchester. Like, it's grand because you're going to the casino and you're like, fuck this, I'm not spending my whole time in the casino when I'm in Manchester. Like,
yeah.
I'm here to do stuff. But whenever you're in Vegas, Vegas is the casino.
Yeah.
Like, there's no getting away from the
Yeah.
casino in Vegas. Like, every corner you turn, there's a fucking slot machine you can put money into. Like,
So if
there's no getting away from it.
If anybody's listening to this right now and has any recommendations for us going to Vegas, any hotels, let us know.
We're actually gonna go. Like,
We're gonna
do
go.
it. We're gonna do it. Decided right now. Like.
some dough. Hey.
Some
Yeah,
dough.
But I think the most I've lost. I think I lost like 300 at Galway.
Yeah.
Did you?
Demoralising, hey.
I can't remember. Like the first day, the time I went, I was up serious though. Like.
Yeah.
Well, not serious though. Like 200 quid.
Yeah. See, I don't mind losing it because I'm always like, look, I don't online gamble or anything, and I don't gamble unless I'm on a track. So,
But that's the thing is like you take the money out, knowing what you're
Yeah.
like you need to
Yeah.
know what you're willing to lose. Like that's what I think the problem is. Like.
yeah.
So,
What are you drinking?
are you drinking?
That's actually disgusting.
What is it?
I can't actually.
Describe the flavours for us.
Absolute piss. You can talk about
I
it.
go for a
I'm
piss.
getting rid of this. Like,
Alright, you're going for a piss. Huh? Fuck. Fair play to that table. Hey.
Let me. Hey, that table. He's pouring it down the sink and everything. Oh no.
Does it say what it is? Like, surely they don't make it in house. Like, it must be another beer. They've just canned it.
He's not used to it. He's not used to the smoke. No, here,
Fucking cans.
don't let us interrupt you or anything.
You playing? I think so.
I think so. It's
Once the taste is on the lips, like.
It's a Thursday.
It's fucking Tuesday night.
it's a Tuesday night.
The week hasn't even begun.
Fair play. Hey, here.
Here, tough
Sure.
Mondays, like.
Tell you
Mondays
something.
and all that.
Once you get a taste for it,
There's someday tomorrow. Anyway, the question I wanted to ask is was on the
No.
on the topic of CVs, right?
Oh fuck, right. What about the gambling?
I feel like we've moved on from the gambling.
You moved on.
On the topic of CVs, I want to ask, like, you probably haven't done a lot of CVs because you've kind of just
No.
worked for the same person for a brief while.
Yeah.
But like yourself, me, like obviously, like, would you ever like put anything wrong or like manipulate anything on a CV to try and get a job? Like, because at the end of the day, I was listening to a podcast the other day and they were like, "Who's gonna check?" Do you know what I mean?
What would you change on?
Well, I suppose the whole thing is around, like, you know, if you're, say you stack shelves in Sainsbury's, you could, instead of saying,
said this the other day.
you know, instead of saying I don't stack shelves in Sainsbury's, you could be like, oh, I'm a stock manager.
Yeah.
I know, but that's different. Like,
But like, what have you, you know, you've done a few CVs recently,
I've never lied on a CV. Like,
but have
I
you
think
ever like
I've
been
got-
the truth?
I've got good experience in my areas, so I don't really need to lie.
For any potential job,
but like,
people watching.
I've never been in a situation where I've like,
Yeah,
felt the need to. But then the way I see it is like you're talking about something like the likes of lying about that, like realistically, not to be a dick, but you're not really gonna get a high skill job saying you're fucking stock managed in Sainsbury's, like
yeah,
depending where you go. But I think you could,
I suppose if
you
you-
could ban the truth, like, you know, like you're saying there about, like, say you worked in a shop or something. You could, like, there's loads. I think it's just how you put it across.
yeah,
Like, that's true what you're saying, but someone could just be like, "Oh, I worked on the floor in Sainsbury's."
yeah.
Do you know? It's
Yeah.
about how you put it across and like showcase.
I just think
what
it's
you're
mad
doing.
how we're still doing CVs.
I think it's such a thing of the past, isn't it?
Yeah,
It just
Like-
I think that's why LinkedIn's a big thing now, though. Like,
Yeah.
I think like it's. I think LinkedIn is the way it goes.
but then on the grand scheme of things, it's just a glorified CV on LinkedIn. Unless you're pure like actively posting on LinkedIn and you can showcase how amazing you are, it's just like any other CV.
It is like a CV, yeah.
Like
I feel like LinkedIn's a bit more bullshitty on a CV
like
too.
I've never went on your LinkedIn and probably like been, you know, you don't post anything on LinkedIn. Neither do I.
I know, but it's like more searching. Like you think of people like trying to find people who have certain skills or work in a certain area, where like whereas for applying for a job on like Indeed, it's like you're just applying. You know, you've more chance of being found somewhere like that. No?
Yeah.
Like there's been a couple of times where I've been messaged about applying to jobs, and I'm sure you're the same. Like, you know, I think it's good, and you don't need a post. It's just about putting yourself, having a profile, like, and showing what your experience you have.
Yeah, I suppose from a CV aspect, I get why people do. You know,
would you lie on a CV?
You said I would challenge you to look through my CV now, because I recently did one, and ask me like. I haven't outwardly lied, but I've probably like manipulated some of the truth. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
for example, my dad. I worked for my dad.
Yeah.
So like, I would put like I worked in Iron Designs and I done this, but I wouldn't say it was my dad's business.
Yeah. But at the same time, would you put on it?
But you're not really lying.
You done marketing for your dad.
Yeah.
Would you say marketing manager for Iron Designs? Yeah. But like.
But I was though.
Yeah, true. Like you're not lying.
Yeah.
Because I was the only one doing the marketing.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's like.
Yeah.
It's not lying. It's the truth.
Yeah.
But it's like. Some people are looking at it and be like, might look at it and be like, it's how people interpret it as well.
Yeah.
Because like someone might go and go fuck.
Yeah.
Like at the same, but then it is a good thing. Do you know if you went into a small business and took over their marketing, and like built their online profile, it's just the way they look at it. Like, but that's I don't think you should, like, if you're at the level we're at the age we're at, where you're applying for proper corporate jobs, in my opinion, you're gonna just get found out anyway.
Yeah.
Like you might get it, like you might get the job, and like I suppose when you get your foot in the door, it is difficult for people to get rid of you, but at the same time, I don't agree.
You're only fooling yourself, like.
That's it. Like.
Yeah, the reason why I ask is because I actually asked this the other day. I think I said Lucinda's dad, he owns a business, and I was like, you know, CV wise, I just think it's crazy how you could get like 90 applicants and you have to weed through 90 CVs. And the point he made was the CV is less about like, you know, most people, unless you're thrown through the CV and actively see this person doesn't meet the requirements for the job, then you weed them out.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is you could get 90 CVs who meet your requirements. You have to interview 90 of them people. Yeah. He was like, what you're using the CV for then is like a prompt to ask them about their experience. Yeah. So if you lie, you're gonna get caught out, or you could just be a really good liar.
It's a weird one as well, because it's like you could interview really well, but you might not necessarily be good at the job.
I know from my very brief time, like sort of seeing a couple of interviews in Carphone at the time, like there are people who interview really well, but when it actually comes to like practical, like they're good on paper, but when it comes to them doing the job, it's like, oh.
But I suppose people just have the gift of the gab, like, and they just bullshit you.
Yeah. 100%.
As soon as they're put in the situation, it's just fucking shit the pants off.
I think there are things you could lie about. Like you could lie about your GCSEs and your A levels and your fucking what you got in uni, because like realistically, like who's gonna be going and checking your A level and GCSE grades? Like?
I would say unless it's like a position for like a proper, like you couldn't do like what Brona does. You would need, they need to be like the likes of marketing. Like, are they gonna?
But you couldn't go and do that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know. You need to have the experience, so like it just depends on the role.
You need the talent. Like,
would you ever like? I just don't see the benefit of it.
I wouldn't outwardly lie, because I couldn't follow up on the lie. But at the same time, like I would.
They're sweating.
I would say on my CV, if I looked at it right now, and like I have no intention of moving job or anything, but like I would challenge you at the minute to go on my CV, and probably you would find a couple of like exaggerations, because what I would do is if I was applying for the job, I would look at like the key requirements for the job and like mold my CV around that to hit like the wee buzzwords. That's what a careers advisor told me to do in school. So I was like, take that information, use it. Like,
I think it's a load of shit, man.
Yeah,
honestly, I do.
It's flawed. It is. I think it is such a flawed process, though.
Yeah.
I think you're not really going to get a true interpretation of someone until they've worked for you for a couple of months or something.
How do you do that though?
Yeah, no, it's going to be expensive bringing fucking 50 people in to work for you for a month.
If you were running a business, how would you recruit? Well,
I think a very important thing would probably be for references from a previous job. I think that would be number one.
But for me, that's a difficult thing because, like, you know,
people can put down fake references too. Like.
If you're in a job and you're applying for a new job, they're not going to ring your current employer. Like,
yeah. That's also true. Like.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know? And that's what I don't like. That's what I think that's more like. I don't know how many people do that. Like. It's like
I respect a business. In my opinion, I respect a business that hires the likes of graduates and actually gives them a chance to like grow. Gives them a chance to like climb up the ladder. Like. There's only so long a graduate can come in and want to get paid low 20 grand a year.
But
like
there's
below
people
that,
that take advantage of that as well.
Yeah.
Like there's companies like that just take people that are young and work them to the bone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they know they're cheap and they know they're gonna get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
But like, you know, I'm definitely like I'm personally, I think I've done all right with, you know, what I'm doing, and like I've been given a lot of opportunities that I don't think I would have got elsewhere. So like to me that makes me remain loyal, whereas like I know people who it's just been like, nah, like you don't know how long you're going to stay there for and continue earning the same amount of money, and it's like it's dodgy territory.
Then everyone's different. Like there's people that are happy just on the same wage, and like that's great. And like there's people that get into companies that are just like, I want to stay at this level. I don't want more responsibility.
Yeah.
Like it's everyone's different. Like I think it just depends where you are. Like, you know, you might talk to someone who's been at the same role for 2 years and they're happy and they don't really want to move on. But then there could be someone in the opposite position where they want to move up and they're not getting that opportunity. Like, but it's a weird one. Like jobs at the minute. It's like what it like. Well, we're sort of talking about this with your buddy Oren,
the financial or like the wealth management.
The episode's coming out in a couple of weeks, but like he was saying, like he got 2 degrees in uni and then he moved on, and like when he came out of uni, he was thinking, you know, I'm hot shit basically. Like I'm gonna walk into a role here. Like, what did you think when you came out of uni compared to what it's like now?
Well, I think in my position, I always had it in my head, I just need to, I'm still sort of in the position where I'm not finished uni yet. Like. So I'm not actually there. I'm not hot shit yet. Like. If you know what
Do you think it would be hard to get a job?
Whenever I came out of uni, I thought, fuck, I've only a year here to do and I'll bang out the uni, and as soon as I'm out of uni, I'll be fucking earning 50k a year, like, smashing it. But now, like, the closer I get to that, I'm sort of thinking, I don't think it will be, like.
Yeah.
It'll be like, I think it's going to be a lot harder than I expected, like.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, because whenever I was in uni, I think a lot of the ones I was in uni with didn't actually go on to do architecture. They went on to do artier stuff. So it was like, it's bound to be loads of jobs, like, if loads of people aren't doing it, like.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. And then I spoke with my friend and stuff, and he said, like, it's not as like lucrative as we were told in university, like, money wise, like.
No,
he says that's like, potentially there's not really much point in even doing them masters and all that. He says, yeah, you get bumped up a wee bit, but like for the 2 years you're gonna spend doing it, like, he's like, it's up to yourself whether you think it's really worth it. But
I think you're the type of person you're probably gonna end up going out on your own anyway. So like,
yeah, it would be beneficial in that aspect.
Do what you want to do without that.
Yeah, it would be helpful in that aspect, but I don't know. Like, I don't think I'm gonna make any money what I'm doing working for someone. Like.
Yeah.
I think that stage, and I won't get to that stage until I'm my own. Like.
I think one thing I've learned in the past year is just like enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
Don't like, because you come out of uni and you're immediately thinking, like, I don't know, I think me and you were very similar in this because we'd done the same degree and we were kind of in the similar mindset where like we were just like, let's get out of uni and get a good job, and like, I like, you know, by the time I'm whatever, I want to be earning this. And now you're near that age and you're thinking, that was a bit of a jump. But like when you look at it, like I've looked it up here, like a good salary for a 30-year-old in the UK, like if you're between 22 to 29 years of age, a good salary would be in around 26 grand a year.
To what age? 22 to
22 to 29. 30 to 39 average would be 32,000 a year.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like a lot though.
It's not a
Yeah.
lot. Hey. It's not a lot.
But that's before tax too.
It's mad, like,
Yeah.
as well. It's
Yeah.
mad, like, when you go up. Like, you could go up, like, $4,000 in salary and you'd probably be making an extra 100, 200 quid a month. Like.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
It seems like nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you think, fuck, like, that's some jump. And then you actually look at it and you're like,
Once you divide it by 12, then once
like,
you
it's
take your
not,
tax
it's not,
off.
it's not going to be life changing, like.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Like, it's fucking, oh. It's
Even 10 grand
grand
after you take your 20% off
Yeah.
your 10 grand, you're left with 8 and then divided by 12. Is it
Yeah.
even fucking £200 a month? Like?
Did you expect life to be like this? Though?
Here we go.
But you know what I mean? I feel
yeah.
like, you know, my ones always take the piss out of me and they're like, oh, like you wanted to grow up so fast and get out of uni. And
Yeah.
now you're like I was talking to them at the weekend and you're like, it's fuck, it's just like, it's hard, like you get paid and it's just gone. Like.
I definitely agree with, if I could go back now, I would do things differently. I would have
What would you
stayed
do?
up here for uni. I would have, like, I was so focused on the destination, and now, to be honest with you, I'll be frank, like, I am where I want
But I
it to
don't
be.
think you'd want, I don't think you would.
But
like.
at the same
I think
time,
if
I'm
you don't
like,
want
I
to-
should have looked back and savoured some moments, like, because
But
you're
if-
just so focused on flipping,
But then it's like,
smashing it.
it's the flip side of that where, like, if you'd have done that, would you have bought a house now? Like?
Probably not.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's...
I'm so grateful for decisions that I've made, but also I'm a bit like, there's sometimes I could just go back and slap me and be like, flipping, wake up and smell the roses,
Do you
boy.
think you missed out?
I think I missed out a
What would you
little
do
bit, like-
differently? Like,
Buy crypto in 2015.
Yeah.
say you were starting Belfast, Matt, again in September. Like, what would you do differently?
I don't know. I probably would have just, like, looking back on it now, I probably could have stressed less about coursework, all that there. You know? I think you're just so, like, wired to do good, and, like, there's so much expectation off you and stuff, where it's like, well, not to say that my mum and dad never were like, oh, if you get bad grades we're gonna beat you, like it was never like that. But at the same time, it was like, you're paying all this money to go here, you need something to show for it. Like, don't know. Could have probably just took the foot off the accelerator a wee bit more. Like.
Uni's up to £6,000 a year.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yep. It was 3 whenever we were there.
But you know what I mean? Like,
if I was
like
to
put
go
it,
back, I don't even know if I'd go to uni.
put it this way.
Uni's a
Put it
fucking
this way.
scam.
Like, me and you got friendly in Belfast, mate. I knew you for a good few years. Like, I could have, like, you. I remember you saying to me and Shea are looking for, like, an apartment next year. Do you fancy it? And I was like, nah. Like, if I know what I know now, I'd have been like, yeah, no bother. But you can't. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
Our podcast would be so famous now.
I'm telling you,
Don't even think
we
it's
would have more than
mad,
50 listeners. I'm joking.
53. I just shit.
Yeah.
Stinks, eh?
But
I've got 5,000 listeners. What are you on about?
listen, we'll maybe wrap this episode here. I want to leave you with one thing, right? And I read this on Reddit the other day, and I was like, "What? I wonder what the boys will think of this." Right?
Right.
So, my husband,
Yours?
23 male, and I, a 23 female, have differing views on what qualifies as cheating. Right?
Right.
Very topical, because we've got a relationship coach podcast dropping in a couple of weeks. So, years ago, when we were only dating about 6 to 7 months, I thought we were at the general consensus that we were serious, considering we said I love you and had plans together beyond college. So during this time, 2 things happened. 1, this girl DM'd him and sent him some very sensual images of herself.
Right.
They had no contact before, and he messaged back like "ooh" or something like that and blocked her. Right? You think to yourself, stand-up guy.
What
Do
a
you know what I
guy.
mean?
Top
Ew.
man.
Turning down the nudes. Turns out he saved the picture to his phone in the notes app. Right? I found it, and I know it wasn't physical cheating, but it was definitely just a bit iffy for me. So there's one thing he did right. Now, would you? That's dodgy. Like,
Well, he shouldn't have saved that.
No.
like.
yeah, in my opinion, I think, like, right,
He shouldn't have done that.
yeah, do you know what I mean? So that would have probably been red flag 1. But right, wait, you hear this? She's asking she's asking what qualifies as cheating here. This is her next thing, her next red flag, as she calls it, which to me is just a big, massive like no. So, save the photo off your doll in the notes app. I found it, and I know it wasn't physical cheating, but it was definitely just iffy for me. The second thing, which I consider basically cheating, or at least the intention to, I was complaining to my friend that I feel like I just can't trust him, and I just have a gut feeling something's going to go wrong. So my friend got a fake number and texted him saying she had his number from Tinder. He replied, and they went back and forth. She then asked if she could come over and watch a scary movie, but it wouldn't be the movie making her scream.
Oh my God.
He said yes, but pretended not to know what she meant. She made it painfully obvious. She asked if he had a girlfriend. He said yes. Then she asked if we were in a serious relationship, and he said no, that he might break up with me soon. She sent me screenshots, and we broke up for a few months because of this. He refuses to acknowledge that this is cheating, or at the least very, very wrong. Instead, he says that it's wrong that my friend did that, and that all girls are the same, which boils my blood, to be honest. So I told him I'd ask the general public if it's cheating or not. Jeez. And now he's pissed about it. He is 100% the type of person to love validation about being right. So yeah, like, he's like, no, it's not cheating.
Yeah,
but like,
I suppose she shouldn't have done that. Like, but
she shouldn't have done.
In the situation where that really happened, he's fucked up. Like.
See, no, he's cheated. Like it's bad. Like, but at the same time, she shouldn't have done that.
So like, right.
But then maybe he had the intention of breaking up with her, and he wasn't involved. Like,
no,
from what he said and what he's done, it seems to me like he wasn't invested in the relationship.
No.
And he's locking away out, basically. But then why have they got back together?
I think the very fact that she's like, it's your girl from Tinder that you don't know. I'm thinking,
he must be a fucking idiot. Like,
I'm coming over to watch a scary movie, and he's like, I don't see that as anything as bad. Like.
He's fucked up there himself.
Like, what the heck? Like,
he knows what he's at. Like,
he knows what he's at. Indeed.
I think he's intentions on cheating with her, but I think it's because he probably just doesn't want to be there in the first place. Like.
There'd be ones on that comment section being like, he didn't do anything wrong, and you're like, no.
If it was the other way around, though.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think people don't think it like that. Like.
If someone messages you and goes, oh, here, I haven't seen you in a while, and the only means of contact I've had with you is through a dating app, I'm thinking I want to come round tonight and watch a scary movie. Like,
but did he think this was someone he'd spoke to on Tinder, or why did he
messaged, she got the friend to message off like an unknown number and be like, oh, we talked on Tinder a few times, I want to come over and watch a scary movie, and he's like, signed.
How did he not cop on?
How did he not cop on?
Yeah.
First things first, you need to be like, I'm not on Tinder.
Yeah.
And then it's going to like, how did you get this number?
Tommy's top tips for hiding your tracks.
But like, you know what I mean? It's just like Shea said, he's obviously a spala.
Yeah.
Even the fucking saving the video or whatever it was in his notes. Like, what are you doing, man?
He's definitely the type of fella who saved like the video in the notes app and like called it like confidential information.
Saved it in the notes, notes under nudes. No, like
November's pay slip.
Well, what do you think classifies as cheating?
That?
Yeah,
that's weird. Like,
well, that's
just not norm.
Blatant cheating. Like it's not even along the lines. Like I think the first thing he done with the notes thing is bad, but like it's probably like you could get over that. Like it could be like, look, I shouldn't have done that type of thing.
I'd like to hope the three of us are pretty we're pretty stand up fellas. Like if we're sitting in the pub and you turns around and goes to me, here, I got this message the other night from this random person. Said I used to talk to her on Tinder. All right. What did she say? She was just asking, like, should we meet up and like watch a scary movie or something? I'd be like, Tommy, your head's away with it, man. And you're like, oh, but I don't see it. I'd be like, you're a dick.
So like he's taxing someone else. Like,
yeah.
on a scale of 1 to 10.
But you could still tag someone else and not be cheating, though.
Yeah.
But you could also tag someone and it kind of is cheating.
It
but on a
depends
scale
on the
of 1
intention.
to 10, how bad is that? Though?
It depends. Like if you're pure messaging back and forward, like weird shifty moves, like yeah, that's, I would say that's like you've.
I'm trying to think in terms of like to me, the first thing he done is bad. Like but you know, you could probably get past that. Like if she was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, that's so fucking. Like, you'd obviously
he did initiate that at the start, like. Which, like, if she had just
like,
sent that and he didn't do anything about it, like, deleted it, that's not cheating.
He's blocked her, and you're like, fair play.
Yeah.
But then he saved the video, and you're like, why?
Like, as he blocked her because it just looks good. He's like, oh, here, you know, I got this girl message me the other night, but I just want to let you know I've handled the situation. I texted her back, ooh, and blocked her. But then he saved the photo in the notes because he knows finally, like, I'm going to play flipping, I'm going to look like the hero here, but in actual fact, I've got this, you know what I mean? Like, I've got this stored in the notes app. Like, I don't know. I think it's purely the intention. Like, it's the same thing. Like, did we not do something a couple of episodes ago, a couple of weeks ago? We were asking, like, if your other significant other had like a best friend of like the opposite sex, and there were so many people messaging being like, oh, that would just be insecurity. But then I think, I don't know, like if you it's a hard one.
That's what she said.
But like we were talking to someone and she was saying about like going for coffee with someone.
Yeah.
Okay. Going for lunch or whatever. Okay. But like drinks at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
You're like, it's weird. Like.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like that's the thing.
Read the room. Read the vibes.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one. This is weird because like we're obviously all in long-term relationships, so it's hard for us to talk about, but it's like the texting thing's weird. Like it's like, when is it bad, you know?
I think it's, you know yourself, like I'd say we know a lot of people who will like, they'll all, like, there's always that sort of like they think the grass is greener on the other side, and they'll like go to like the very, very, like, as the far lengths that they can go just to like have that bit of a like I don't know, like make them feel like they're But
like then I think there's guys like him who obviously he doesn't want to be in that relationship, like if he said that, like I believe it when he said, oh, I'm thinking of breaking up with her, like he probably is, and that's why he's doing what he's doing, like. He's just, I don't know.
Well, we did ask this in a couple of weeks' time. The Relationship Coach podcast is dropping. We did ask Lisa for her thoughts on when is it time to call it quits. What is a healthy relationship? She got
back with him? Like she's as bad as him then.
Did she like him?
I know, I don't think she did.
But she said, like, you know, we broke up for a couple of months.
Yeah.
As if they got back together.
Yeah, So that's insinuating that they're together now at the moment.
She did say my husband.
True. Did she?
That's concerning.
After 7
my
months?
husband. It literally says my husband.
So they've obviously got back together and get married, and he's shown up that he was cheating.
I think we'll end it there. Listen, guys, thanks very, very much for watching. I'm assuming off the back of this conversation that, like, it'd be good. The Relationship Coach podcast is dropping in a couple of weeks' time, and a couple of other cool guest podcasts. So be sure to subscribe.
You're looking to send in some, even like things like that. On a bit of advice, so we don't have to go to fucking Reddit all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be great.
Start our own Reddit thread.
Exactly.
Should we?
But anyway, thank you very much for listening. Until next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.